Hello everyone and welcome to another ship review video. For today's video I want to show you the RSI Aurora. This is a light fighter. It's probably the most basic starter ship in the game. But I will let you know my feeling against the ship and if it's actually worth buying it. So let's start up with the ship design first. The first thing that I want to mention is that this is kind of like probably the most not so uncommon ship design for a ship, in my opinion. Actually looks quite interesting since I bought it. So this is very small ship, and being a light fighter, I always say the smaller the ship, the harder it is for the enemy to hit you. So I will say that it's pretty good. The design of the cockpit is actually quite interesting as well. You have two hatches here, one on the right side and one on the left side. These are the only two entrances inside the ship. Right, so let's go in the ship. So what we have here, it's a bed where you can actually lie and log out, or you can actually bring another player to stay in the bed while you are flying. Right, so you obviously need to close the door as well. And this doesn't have an rotating seat, it's just you need to kind of like move all along the side of the chair. This is kind of like pretty much it regarding the designs. Now, one thing regarding the combat performance. So this ship packs two size 1 weapons and two size 1 shield generators. In addition, it has like 2.2 size 2 missiles that obviously can be replaced for better performance. But in general, this ship is actually quite good. Now let's look on how it looks from the inside of the ship on the cockpit. So this is the cockpit. I will say from a scale to 1 to 10, it's probably say like around 6.7, 6.5, 7, something around there. It's actually quite good. I mean, you can still see everything, but there's too many railings here. In my opinion, the HUD is kind of like a little bit back, and I actually like that instead of, you know, kind of like having right in front of you. You can actually see downstairs as well compared to the other ships, so probably boosted up to 7 instead of 6.5. Right, so it's actually quite good in my opinion. It's very very stable, has good speed for a light fighter, has good quantum drive, and yeah, I would say like it's a decent ship. Now if you started with a different ship like the Mustang, right, and you want some space, you can actually get this ship, and this will allow you to have some space, especially in this area of the ship where you can actually bring some delivery items, right? So if you do some delivery missions, you can actually drop them here. As you can see, you have some space. It's obviously going to be a little bit crowded if you pack a lot of delivery cases, but for one case or two, you can actually step over it. So you can actually bring stuff inside. Now, what I can actually say, like an additional, because it's a small ship, you can actually have like very probably say like for the beginners, especially for the beginners, landing with the ship is not going to be that hard because it's not that tall, let's say, compared to the other ships. As you can see, it's actually longer, but it's not that tall, so you can actually fit in hangars quite easily. So it's one good point that I have. Also, I think that the C8R pieces, I think, has kind of like the same thing. Obviously, it's a little bit smaller than this one, but I think that this actually punches a little bit stronger, I will say, than the pieces. Now, regarding again, regarding the combat performance, one of the things that you kind of like need to keep in mind is that this ship it's actually more like a harasser than an actual fighter, right? So the cannons are quite okay, but the rate of fire is different. So let's go. Let's see how the ship looks like, right? So let me see if I can point this way. So you can see the rate of fire on the ship is quite fast, but the damage is not that big. So it's more like a harasser than an actual like fighter, right? Because you're going to do small amounts of damage I would say compared to the other ships that hit a little bit harder, you're able to disable faster the shields, but a little bit harder on the armor of the ship. So this one, I see it more like a harasser than actually like other combat ships, but it's still good. I mean, if you want to do any mercenaries missions, you can easily do with this ship. Obviously you need some practice with it, but in general, in my opinion, I think that this ship is actually quite good. It's worth buying it. It's not that expensive either from the Play Store or even in the game to buy it in-game currency. Like I said, the design, as you can see, is quite unique. Didn't see too many ships like in other space simulators games like this one. It has like a unique form to it, and like I said, it's actually quite good. Obviously, you can compare this with other ships that are have like better combat performance or even space, like cargo space. But again, this is a starter ship, and also it's considered to be a light fighter. So yeah, I will say like, yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Like your video on your way out. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about this ship. It's actually good in your opinion? Do we have like a comparisons to other ships, obviously on the same scale? And also subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more content, more Star Citizen content. And until next time, have a good one.